I want to welcome you to the Bearcat Beat, where each week we talk about Sherman Bearcats athletics. The Bearcat Beat is brought to you by the Sherman Athletic Booster Club. I'm your host, Chris Daly. Sherman Bearcat Athletics represent the heart and soul of our community, where champions are made both on the field and in the classroom. Our student athletes embody the Bearcat spirit through dedication, perseverance, and excellence, creating memories and building character that will last a lifetime. Remember, it's better to be a Bearcat. All right, everybody, join me in welcoming Coach Jessica Dunlap to the Bearcat Beat. How are you doing, Coach?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Exceptional. I tell you, looking at the records here, 15-9, your pre-district schedule. Before we talk about district, let's talk about that, 24 games. What's your experience this year so far?
Man, it has been fast and furious. We've played lots of games in a very small time frame. Some weeks we were playing upwards of 10 to 12 matches.
Wow.
But it's been a whirlwind. We've seen lots of competition. The Duncanville tournament, we did really well. We showed out and we played some really good teams. We went 8-1 in our own tournament, so we saw a lot of success there. And we've had a couple home matches that were really close, and we blew out a couple teams that was really nice to have some confidence boosters. But we're ready to start district and start getting in a groove of some Tuesday Fridays.
I love that. And looking at this year versus last year, it looks like this is a different team. Talk about whether it's the excitement or the girls. What's the difference?
Man, we fight a lot more this year. We have gotten down quite a few times in sets that, man, we haven't given up. There was one set I specifically remember. We got down 19-24, and we ended up winning the set 26-24.
Wow.
So, I mean, this team that we don't give up. And so that is a lot different than what we've seen in the past. They just don't quit.
And if you could, call out some of the names of some of the girls, because, with that many wins, there's some good things happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Our hitters, man, we're hitting in the positive percentages almost every single game. Jada Washington, she's killing it on the outside. Mary Claire Foley, she's also killing it on the outside and the right side occasionally when she's over there. Shepherd Martin, she's killing people in the middle as a middle blocker. Maddie Whitmire and Bella Wilkerson, they've both been getting 15 plus assists a game. So they have been doing their job tremendously as setters. Those are the big time stat leaders right now for sure for our girls.
Got it. And then would you say that you mentioned that you don't quit, but what about their strategy? Are they better at picking their areas? Are they getting improved in that area?
Yes, we are. We have definitely gotten a lot smarter as the year has gone by. We have been really strategic this last week about watching some game film on our two district opponents that we have coming up. We've got McKinney North and Lovejoy both this week. And to beat either one of those two teams, you just got to be flat out smarter than them because they have the athletes. So we have definitely been putting all the tools in our toolbox, and we've been working on using all of those tools.
Nice. I like that. Last year, district play was rather disappointing. What was it, 7th place, something like that?
Yes.
Pretty rough. This year, the district hasn't gotten any easier.
No.
What is it going to take to break into that group that goes and plays in the postseason?
We are going to have to steal games. We are going to have to we're going to have to beat Anna in the 2 matches that last year I thought we could have, but we fell short in some really tight 5-set matches. I think we have the team this year to beat Anna, so that's one game higher than we were last year. I think we have the capability of beating Greenville this year as well. So that puts us into that 5th place spot. And then we got to try to steal at least one match from Melissa and hope that one of the bottom teams steals some matches from the top 3 teams so that we can sneak into that 4th place spot.
Got it. Cool. So let's talk about, Lovejoy, obviously. That's a serious team. What do they bring?
They're always going to bring height. They bring lots of height on the front row, so their block is always really big. But, watching film, their middle blockers they're not quite what they have been in the past. Personally, we've been working on speeding up the tempo of our offense, and I really think if we can keep the tempo of our offense quick, that we can outsmart some of their middle blockers, and that we can put some things through their blockers and hopefully make their defense work a lot harder than what they're having to expect.
Yeah, and a victory over a team like that would just do wonders in terms of stealing up the charts there.
Yes, that would be huge.
Yeah. And you said McKinney Boyd's the other one this week?
McKinney North, yes.
North, yeah.
Yes, McKinney North is on Friday. They were runner-up in Big 5A last year. Yeah. They did graduate some pretty good defenders. Their libero was top-notch. Like, she was probably one of the best liberos in the state last year. She didn't let anything hit the floor. But I definitely think that if we keep our game and keep our tempo, that we'll be just fine. We can't get into their tempo because their tempo is also really, really fast. But if we just play our game and keep it in our groove, I think we'll still be able to compete with them too.
Nice. And to the girls who were there last year and they, experienced the result from last season, how do you convince them, look, this is a different year, that is over?
Most of the girls know that, like, they've seen it so far this year, that we have the fight and we have the grit that we didn't always have last year. Our attitudes are different. Like, we're way more encouraging on the bench. We're way more positive coming from the bench. Last year we took Lovejoy 21-25 for one set, and that was huge for us. Yeah. And we believe that this year there is 0 reasons why we can't do the exact same thing, and if not better, because we do have that little bit more fight than what we had last year at the end, where we don't give up just because we're 5 points down at the end. We finished games this year, and we did not do that last year.
I like that. And looking at your home versus away versus neutral, your home record is amazing.
Yes.
Tell me about the fan base, and how has the fan base, is it different for them, or are they the same as they always were?
It's about the same. I will say we have had a pretty good fan base this year. My girls this year on my team, they're so involved in everything that they get people to come out and watch us play. I will say the people in our district also travel pretty well. So that's also helpful. Just people in the stands, period, especially on a Friday night battling football. It's always nice to have people in the stands. Everybody plays better when it's loud and there's energy flowing from everywhere.
I love that. And you mentioned traveling. How well is your team in terms of, or your fans in terms of traveling?
We travel pretty well. Our parents travel well. Our student section, we don't. Our student section doesn't travel as well, except for when we go to Denison. Man, we bring the house. When we play Denison, anytime we play them, we're gonna bring everybody.
I love that. I guess what's the strategy? I'm not, it would be different if we were able to talk every week, because then I'd recap this stuff next week, but we probably won't be talking next week.
Mm-hmm.
So give me the strategy from now, I guess, through the end of district play.
Strategy number 1 is to play our game, keep our tempo. Don't fall into whatever the other team, whatever their tempo is. In volleyball, it's all about momentum. Mm-hmm. So if we can keep momentum on our side, things tend to go in your favor if you stay in control. Once you get out of control, it's really hard to get back in. So keeping control of the game at all times. Definitely keeping us from beating ourselves, because we're really good at beating ourselves sometimes, and keeping that to a minimum throughout district play, because we don't need any help with some of the teams that we play. Mm-hmm. They're going to get theirs. We don't need to give them any extra.
That's true. So. I love that. And finally, Coach, for somebody, the casual observer watching a game, what's something about volleyball they may not understand or see something strategy that's going on?
In our district, we're not going to be able to stop everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're playing D1 commits all the way around. I mean, these girls that we're playing are good. They're going to get theirs, and I'm not going to be able to stop everything.
Right.
So I want people to keep in mind that I can only defend so many things at one time, and that I go for the higher percentage of defense that can go at one time per hitter. I mean, we look at film, and certain hitters hit in certain places higher percentages than others.
Right.
And, the really good ones, they're the ones that know how to adjust mid-game. So I just, want people to keep in mind we're at an extremely high level of volleyball, and our opponents are also, their IQ is very high. So we're going to do our best as a defense and as an offense to keep us ever changing according to what everybody else is doing on the other side of the court, and try to keep it as fluid as possible.
I love that. And I want to encourage everybody to get out to some of those matches because, of course, you can use the support. And I want to thank you for sitting down with me again and sharing some of what you have going on. Best of luck this district season.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
This is just one of the many amazing things that the Booster Club accomplishes throughout the year for all sports. If you're interested in joining the Sherman Athletic Booster Club, or if you want to purchase some merchandise to show your Sherman Bearcat love, you can visit the website at shermanisd.net under the Athletics tab.
Hey Coach, Lone Star Gridiron has been the leader in Coach's Show podcasts for 20 years, and now you can get your own Coach's Show podcast each week during the season as a fundraiser for your booster club. Yes, booster clubs all over are using these podcasts to help their sports programs. You get to share the stories of your program and your kids to a huge audience and make money. We started with just football, but this year have expanded to make them available for all sports. Call 713-269-4620 to find out the details and get your Coach's Show started.